How do girls really feel about social media? This is Common Sense Explains. Hi everyone, and thanks for joining us. I am Lorena Taboas. The U.S. Surgeon General has declared a youth mental health crisis, and because social media is such a huge part of their lives, our new research report asks teen girls directly about what they are experiencing online. Dr. Jackie Nisi co-authored the report and is going to walk us through the findings. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Lorena. Thanks so much for having me.
Of course, let's get right into it. What does the research say about teen girls' relationship with social media?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we're hearing a lot in the news, I think, right now about girls' social media use and how it relates to their mental health. But we noticed that something's really missing from these conversations, and that's actually girls' own voices and perspectives on these issues. So with this research, we asked girls ages 11 to 15 directly about how they're spending their time online, and what they think about these platforms. And what they told us is really that the landscape of social media is complicated. So they're finding both risks and benefits online, and that's especially true for girls who are more vulnerable, like those who might be experiencing mental health challenges in different ways. And they also told us that really no one platform is necessarily better or worse than another when it comes to its effects on their well-being. But the design features that make up these platforms, like things like endless scrolling and autoplay of videos, can really make a big difference in their experiences online.
So the last few years have really seen kind of like the rise and the fall of certain social media platforms. Mm-hmm. What exactly did the research say about what platforms teen girls are mostly using today and what they're saying about them?
Yeah, so a few clear leaders, I think, really stood out in terms of the platforms that girls are using right now. So the majority of girls are using YouTube, about 85% of them, and TikTok, 73% of them. And other platforms are about 60% of them. So Instagram, Snapchat, and messaging apps like iMessage and WhatsApp. And girls say that they're spending a lot of time on these platforms, perhaps not surprisingly. So an average of more than 2 hours per day on TikTok and YouTube, and over 90 minutes on Snapchat and Instagram. And then, when it comes to what they think about these platforms, they really have mixed opinions. So when we ask girls whether they think that each of the platforms has had a mostly positive or mostly negative or neutral effect on people their age, they were pretty split. So for TikTok, for example, 43% said it's had a mostly positive impact, but still about 25 or 26% said it's had a mostly negative impact. And then girls also say that they're having trouble disengaging from these platforms sometimes. So almost half of TikTok users said that they feel addicted to the platform or end up using it more than they intend to, at least weekly. And about a third of Snapchat, YouTube, and Instagram users said the same.
So like you mentioned, this new research found that when it comes to social media and mental health, it's actually the design features and not so much the platforms that seem to be shaping teen girls' experiences. But what exactly are design features and why are they so important? Let me explain. Design features are key components of social media platforms. For example, some design features are as simple as the ability to have a public profile, send a private message, or leave a comment. But these features play a role in creating a range of both positive and negative experiences for teens online. So while endless scrolling on a feed can increase feelings of addiction among teens, it could also lead them to discover content relevant to their interests. Understanding girls' perceptions of these social media features is important to help minimize harmful impacts on their mental health and also maximize social media's benefits in their lives. Jackie, which design features stood out the most to you while doing this research?
Yeah, so in the research, we asked girls about a number of different design features, and we asked them whether they think that the features have had a mostly positive, mostly negative, or neutral impact on them overall. And so a few features, I think, stood out from that. So of all the features we asked about, girls were most likely to say that location sharing and public accounts have had a mostly negative effect on them. But at the same time, they were also most likely to cite recommended videos and private messaging as the features that have had a mostly positive impact on them.
So one of the key parts of this research was asking teen girls who already have depressive symptoms what exactly they're experiencing online. What did you find?
Yeah, so this is a really interesting and I think important finding from our research. Overall, it seems like social media is generally playing a more important role in the lives of girls with depressive symptoms than in the lives of girls without depressive symptoms. And what that means is that for girls with depressive symptoms, they're saying that they're more likely than those without to have both more negative experiences on social media, like bullying or exposure to negative content or using it too much. But they're also more likely to say that they're taking advantage of the benefits of social media, like spending time with friends, getting support, connecting with others. Related to this, we know that girls with depressive symptoms are seeing a lot more content related to mental health as well on social media. And that's both good and bad. So they're seeing more resources and helpful information about mental health, but they're also far more likely to be exposed to problematic content about mental health, like harmful posts about suicide or self-injury, for example.
So with that being said, it's encouraging to know that there are positive sides to social media. What else did teen girls say are the positive aspects for them when they're online?
Girls pointed to a lot of positive aspects of social media. So they say that they're exploring their interests and discovering new things online. They're expressing themselves creatively. For girls of color, they're being exposed to positive or identity affirming content about people of their same race. And the majority of girls said they're actually having positive social experiences, like connecting with friends or getting support pretty regularly on social media. So even alongside the risks, I think that's part of what, makes this all so complicated, because those benefits are really important for girls.
So then my next question really is the $1 million question, which is how can parents help their teen girls have better experiences online?
I'll just start by saying that navigating these issues as a parent of a teen is just really challenging. And I think as a parent, if you're feeling overwhelmed or confused about how to approach this, you are definitely not alone. These are just really challenging issues to navigate. So I'll give just a few ideas for parents, I think, based on our findings. So one thing that stood out in our findings is just the incredibly central role that these platforms are playing in girls' lives. And so what that speaks to, I think, is just the importance of parents having really open, honest, and regular conversations with their girls about their social media use. So that means asking questions, being willing to listen, talking not only about the risks, but about the benefits and the positives too. Another finding really makes clear, I think, just how hard it can be for some girls to disengage from social media. So to turn it off when they're ready to be done. And I think what that means is that it's really important for parents to be setting limits around the time spent on social media and just making sure that you're protecting time for offline activities that we know are important for mental health. So things like getting enough sleep, getting outside, connecting with others in person. And then finally, our findings also point to just some of the challenges that girls can run into online. So everything from unwanted contact with strangers, exposure to problematic or negative content. And I think that the lines of communication, keeping the lines of communication open and making it clear that our kids can come to us when they run into those kinds of issues is really crucial, as is really trying to set clear boundaries around what, when, where is allowed when it comes to social media for our kids.
This is really important research with some important findings that we all need to keep in mind. And you just gave us some great advice for parents. Thanks so much, Jackie, for taking the time to join us. And thanks to all of you for tuning in. You can find our full research report on how teen girls feel about social media, as well as our parent advice article linked in our episode description. And make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.